Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. I'm Nikki McCutchen. I will be your host. I'm so excited you join us. We love these community nights because any of us can come on and share about what we've been noticing with the technology, who we've been able to help, what we've noticed with them. And so get your stories ready. Think of what you'd like to share with us and what you've seen for yourself or for someone else that you've had the opportunity to share this amazing technology with. So we'll start with our medical disclaimer. All of our technology is not intended to treat, cure, diagnose, or prevent any disease. If you are pregnant or nursing or have medical conditions, we always recommend that you check with your preferred healthcare practitioner first, just like you would with any starting any new diet or exercise program. So with that, if anybody's ready to share, I'll just start sharing a few stories, and then you can feel free to unmute, raise your hand, type in the chat, and I can share it for you if you're in a place where you can't talk. So the last few weeks, I have gotten several people started on the technology, and so that has been so much fun. And of course, all of us, we would like for everyone to feel something and be able to experience the technology right away. That doesn't happen, but when it does happen, it's always so exciting because they're so excited. So I've had people with knee discomfort and neck discomfort, back discomfort, who all within just a few days of starting the technology, they're already feeling that inflammation reduction and feeling so much better. The one with the knee discomfort I think he's in like his 30s. And so mom bought the technology for herself and for him as well. And so, of course, he was completely, totally skeptical, but he has enough discomfort to where he's willing to try some stuff. And so, isn't it so interesting that a lot of times that's what happens? I so wish we could get everyone to start using this technology before there's an issue. That's when we want to start using it, before there's an issue. And then hopefully that allows those issues to not happen as often, not happen as much. But obviously, if they don't happen, we don't even know that we ever would have had that. So that's what's so amazing. And that's why it's always best to start utilizing the regeneration capability of the technology before things happen. But most people have to be in some sort of discomfort, and it has to be pretty great or been going on for quite a while to get them to be like, okay, what do you got for me? No matter whatever they think about it, right? So he decided to try it. Mom bought it, for him or whatever. And of course, grown man, 30 years old, right? So he starts putting it on his knee. And just like 2 days, 3 days, the fourth day, he forgot to put it on. And he texts his mom and he's like, he said, I thought maybe it was working, but I didn't really think that could be possible. And so I forgot to put it on and I had so much discomfort in my knee. So anyway, so needless to say, he is now a believer. And so mom is very happy as well because he's been complaining about it for a long time. And so we have this amazing technology that makes such a big difference for people. So, and it's always nice when people are in that much, discomfort to be able to have something to offer. It doesn't always work that quickly. And it doesn't, sometimes you have to add some of our other technology to get that to happen very quickly, especially depending on how hydrated the person is, how good over their lifetime they have been at hydration, as well as how good their cells actually absorb that hydration. A lot of people have absorption issues, which is why we have an amazing water technology so that we can help people with that problem too and bypass that issue that a lot of people have with even absorption of water into their cells. So anyway, so I would love to hear your stories. I hope you all have come with some amazing stories to share with us tonight. So please feel free to raise your hand, unmute, and start talking. We want to hear what you guys have been experiencing out there with people and what or you yourself have noticed as well. So yes, Pastor Ed, please come on.
Thank you, Nikki, for allowing us this forum where we can share our amazing stories first of all, of ours. We always say how wonderful this technology is for ourselves. But I wanted to tell you a little bit about a brother of mine from our church. He has been patching now for, I'm going to say, a good 2 weeks. And he said the test of this technology is going to be really checked when he was taking a 3 hour trip, because he says those 3 hour trips he dreads to take for like 5, 6 years. He hasn't been able to take trips like that because it is so painful. He drove to another state, and I want to keep his name anonymous because he wants to do a testimony himself later. I don't want to tell you.
Great.
I want to get a little bit in, and then he can be a little bit more detailed. So he called me half an hour before his destination. The 2.5 hours in the drive, he said no pain, and he's like
Praise the Lord.
no discomfort at all with my lower back, and he was so happy. He's like, I just got to tell you, he goes, some days are a little bit uncomfortable, but for the most time, he's like, he couldn't believe how well he's doing with the technology, even after I told him about 5 years ago. So he finally
Mm,
got it. He finally got it,
yes.
because there's going to be people that are going to be watching and seeing what you do for a long
Mm,
time. And it's not till they are convinced that this technology has worked on you that they'll try it for themselves. So I just
mhm,
wanted to thank God that we have a weapon, right? We have a way to be able to help our body to rehabilitate itself and to help itself. So thank you again, Nikki, for allowing us to share this incredible testimonies. And I got dozens more. This is only one, but I want to give everybody a chance. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Well, yes, if they don't come on, then we need you to come back on and share some more. Who's next? Who's got another story for us? Anybody? Anybody?
It's this Judy. I haven't, I'm not sure it's going to work or not, but one of the gals that I patched is a hairdresser, and she said she found a lot of relief, but she's not financially in a position to buy them because she's got a an enormously ill daughter, and
Mm,
every cent she has goes to it. And I've offered to let her set up and I do all the work so she could have some spare income. She's thinking about it, but right now she's got so much on her plate. It's like her plate's ready to explode. But she does have a boyfriend that has some pain in his back, etc. So I gave her a few of those. I gave her the X39, the Life Wave, and not the Life Wave, the Ice Wave, and the Eon. So she was going to patch them. So I will be talking to her next week with a prayer that helped him. So, because
awesome.
if that does,
Absolutely.
we can get him set up. But I'm hoping that she will let me do some work for her to get her set up just in her salon, because
Absolutely.
she's got a lot of credibility, and she's a very intelligent human being. And unfortunately, she's got this uber sick child that's got the rarest kind of blood type you can possibly have, and a rare form that's in of issue in the blood, quiet you. And so, and then everything else works with it, and it's like this poor little girl's body is breaking down. And it
Mm,
just, if you guys are out there, say a prayer for her. Her name is Kate. Um, her She's got such bad acid reflux that because of this disease she's got, eating away at her teeth, you name it. It's
mm.
there's nothing that's great with this girl yet. She's got a pretty positive outlook, all things considered, but poor mom is stressed beyond belief.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. She needs the technology desperately for sure,
yeah,
just for her daughter. Yeah. So nice
yep,
of you. Like that's what I love about this community is just being able to, that's what we do. We offer to help. Like I mean, just being able to help those people. So I don't know if you've had this idea or not yet, but she could, have the technology there in her, studio, and as
yep.
she's cutting hair or doing hair, you can just tear off the back, half of the side of the back of the
Mhm.
patch, and she can apply it to those people that she's working on. And she can just say, I'm thinking about offering this new technology to my clients. I would love to just have you try it today and see if you notice anything as I'm working on your hair. If you decide that you want to keep it on for the rest of the day, it'll just be $5 extra to your haircut. And then that will allow her to make some of that extra money because 50% of the people that sit in her chair will want to go home with that. Probably more than that to add $5 to their haircut. So that would be a great way for her to make that extra money. And even basically, like what you're looking at is okay, I sold a patch to a client. Well, now I have a patch that I can take home and put on my daughter that day from a standpoint of $5, and then you basically have another patch then that will allow her to based on what she made, and she could do it that way too. So whether that's
That's a good
paying
thought.
you as she, if you're going to help her that way. I have helped some hair salons do that as well, to where I went ahead and let them have a packet so that they could start doing that, and helping their clients, and then just even seeing what happened, like how their clients ended up feeling and what they noticed. So that's an idea for you that you could hopefully try to help her, and then as well as help her daughter too. So
That's a good idea. I don't know whether she'll patch her daughter or anything like that. Um, because her daughter's situation is so off the charts
yeah.
that,
That's the reason to patch her daughter. That's exactly
that,
because we don't have to and not put the patch on her daughter's skin. I always tell parents, obviously, we can't recommend this for children. The parent has to decide. If it was my children or grandchildren, they will have patches on them. They will be wearing patches for whatever's going on with them. But she can put it on the outside of the child's clothing. She can put it on the inside. So I always tell, parents, if they're willing to patch their children, do not put it on their skin. Put it on their clothes somewhere. That way you never have the issue of it being irritating to the child. So then
yeah,
that's never an issue. So anyway, what she's got going on is exactly the reason why she needs this technology. I can't tell you, in the last week, I've probably listened to at least two testimonials about people who should no longer be on this earth. They should no longer be on this earth. And they started wearing this technology because they're, again, dire situation. Like, what are we going to do? There is no possible way for any type of contraindication. And think about that. Like, our clothing, whatever our clothing is made out of, that affects our skin. Okay, so this is going to be no different, especially if you put it on the clothes. Like, it's not putting anything into the child's body, so there's no possible way that it can harm her. Yeah, but the parent has to make that decision.
yep.
They have to make that decision. So, yeah. Yes, poor sweet family. I hate that.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
Leslie's
it's
saying too that
terrible.
she patches her granddaughter as well. So, yeah.
Well, I will hint at that again to her, but I want her to make that decision.
Oh,
Or
yeah, she
she
has
may
to.
say, I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to tell to the doctors, and the doctors don't know anything about it. But
Right.
so we'll see what happens with that. But even if she can get her boyfriend on board, that would be
Hmm.
great. I know he's got some cancer. He's
Hmm.
got stage 3, I think, leukemia.
Yeah, that's tough. Yeah. That's all a tough
So
situation. At the very least, she could sell them for $5 a patch, and that would allow her to make some extra money.
yep,
So,
that's
and then you
my
could help
thought.
her out that way. Yeah. Hmm.
But okay, that's enough out of me.
No, good. No, that's all good. Yes. Who else would like to share?
Nikki, such a great idea. You're such a marketer. I've never really thought that. The customers are coming to you. You're not going to them. They're sitting on your chair. You're not sitting in theirs. And they always conversate. Barbers are like the best talkers, because they're always talking to you about your life and everything. So you just share everything, like what you've been up to. And then you run your life and tell everybody. So she knows a lot of her clients. And what a
Mhm.
great idea. Let me just add another $5 to this technology while you're sitting there. Oh my gosh. Wow. My light bulb just went on. Thank you. I hope my
Good, you're
mom's on the
welcome.
call, because my mom deals with a lot of barbers, and of course my mom's not on the call. But I'll tell her.
It's recorded. It's recorded. You can send it to her. Definitely tell her.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. It's just a great option. And most people, are willing, especially like if you're just letting them try it, so you've only torn off half the bag. So if they don't want to leave with it on, they don't have to. You just take it right off of them. But like I said, at least 50% of the people are going to notice something and want to try it. So, and it could be, to where they already know the client. So they know that they have pain or they have discomfort in XYZ area. And so she can say, hey, listen, I'm trying something new. I'd love to know what you think about it. I know you've talked about your knee. How's your knee doing today? Well, will you put this on your knee or just put it on top of your clothes and then tell me if you notice anything. So it can be very, very low key, very, easy, not a hard thing. And that's the other thing I would say too, that over this last week, because of all the people that I've been able to help with the technology, is that people are looking for this. We have to understand that they are looking for a way to help their animals and themselves. Especially if they're in any type of athletics, they are looking for a way. So we have to make sure that we never get caught up in what people might think or have preconceived notions. They are looking for this. I cannot tell you how many people have said to me, I was so excited that I saw that post because I have been looking for anything that would help my XYZ issue, that would help my horse's XYZ issue. We have this technology that's $7,000. We have that technology that's $10,000. Like we have purchased all these other things that cost a lot of money to try to help our horses, to try to help ourselves. And so for us to be able to have access to something like this, we're so excited about it. So just don't let anything hold you back. This is changing people's lives. You have something that matters and makes a difference. And so just keep talking to people, just keep sharing. There are people out there that are looking for answers. They are looking for an alternative option to medication. And this technology does exactly that. Who else would like to share?
Hi, Nikki.
Hi,
It's
Bonnie
Bonnie Miller.
Lynn.
Hi, how are you?
Good. So good to see you.
Good, good. I have a testimonial. Um, it's really funny too because I've been doing a protocol to build cartilage in my knee. I've been doing it about 10 months with the YH, and still landed up. And my husband said, you should have had your knees done 2 years ago and be done with it. But I would go back and forth with the patches and different protocols. And I felt better in between. But what really made a difference to me was when we got that water machine. I started out doing the same YH, and I was doing the 2 glasses a day. And then I thought, I'm going to throw another one in, clear water. The others were with the cellular dyes, morning and evening. And then I decided I'm going to 5 glasses a day. I could not believe that I've had no pain in that knee, probably for a good 2 weeks.
Oh my
And then
goodness. How long have you had the water machine?
I've had it, believe it or not, I had it for what, about 2 months, Bob? 3 months already. But I was a little concerned about going to 5 glasses a day. I wasn't
Right.
sure if that was the thing to do with that machine or not. but I
Mhm.
did it anyway. And I felt so terrific. I don't only have issues with my knees. I had I have an issue with my back. I've had a surgery on my back about 3 years ago, and then I had a hip replacement. I've had a couple of bad falls, and but that was just wear and tear on my body. I was a
Mhm.
very active individual when I was young, and had a fall or two then also. But I don't. That didn't seem to be the reason why my back landed up in this condition. um, but anyway, long story short, so what happened was I got caught up in life after the 2 weeks with the 5 a day. And I noticed that when I went back down to just the 2 a day, I was starting to feel the pain all over again. The water made such a difference, and I was hydrating myself, but probably not enough.
Mhm.
So now I'm back on it. I'm going down to Florida next week with Elsie. And I want to make sure that I'm really in really good shape. So I'm starting to hydrate again with that water machine. And I may go to 6 glasses this time and
Yeah,
still pack.
absolutely.
But
Yes.
I did have a bad couple of days in between. And I was talking to David Allen, and he said, Bonnie, do the Aeon, not the Aeon, I'm sorry, the Ice Wave instead of just the YH.
Mm.
So I did that. I took the other patches off, did the Ice Wave, and that really, really helped me also. And that was even at the 2 glasses a day. So I feel I'm on my way back up again, but I hope I can get through Florida without that water machine with me, because I really swear by it. My husband also loves the machine as well.
That's
So I'm just
awesome.
going
What
to continue with that, and I have to speak to my doctor that's got that will be scheduling my knee to be done late August, early September. And I was really hesitating when I was feeling no pain about that
Mhm.
surgery. But I've been there
Mhm.
before, before
Yeah,
it got to the point that it was this time, you know.
right. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And
uh,
what's your husband noticing with the water?
Bob, you want to speak? He just has a little more energy from the water.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
energy. But he's not doing what I'm doing. He'll do
Yeah.
a glass here or a glass there. He hasn't done anything
Yeah.
regularly. He will though. Yeah.
Yes.
He
Yeah.
will.
That's awesome. That's
Oh,
so incredible. Yeah.
so,
And go ahead.
and I hesitated sharing this because it was not long enough that I was feeling that way. It was only a couple of weeks. And then I
Mhm.
got sidetracked in life. Life started, other things happening, and I didn't keep up with the 5 glasses a day. But I'll keep you posted for sure. Okay.
Awesome. Yes. Thank you so much for sharing. And that's what's so amazing about being hydrated. When our bodies are properly hydrated, it
Mhm.
can move inflammation. So, and that's why what I was talking about is like with proper hydration. The amazing thing about our water technology is that because it's infused with 6 different wavelengths of light, it
Mhm.
changes the bond angle on the molecule, which allows for that penetration of the hydration to actually get in the cell. A
Oh,
lot of people are dehydrated, even if they're drinking, regular water or even good water. Like even if
mhm.
they already have good water, their body still struggles to absorb the water. This changes that. And so it allows it to get into every cell, which makes total sense as to why that discomfort for you would go away. Because
Yeah.
now, when the cell is hydrated, then it can move the inflammation out. And so that's what it's moving. The lymph system is moving better with better hydration. Your
Mhm.
detoxification pathways are moving better. Your liver is moving things better. Your gallbladder, all of those things. It's hydration that
Mhm.
causes all of those body parts to work properly and systems to work properly. And so you upping it was fantastic. That's brilliant. And for
Mhm.
you to notice that, because think of all the years. So we have no
Yeah.
idea how many years your maybe your cells just aren't receiving the hydration very well. We have no
Mhm.
idea. Like,
Right.
and so it could take more glasses, in a quicker, getting you that infusion into every cell quicker, more often, to then allow your body to start moving, have that lymphatic system pumping so that inflammation can actually move. So that's pretty fantastic observation on the water machine. So I love that. I know a lot of people are concerned, especially with like worrying about if it's going to give them too much energy or disrupt their sleep. Some people, it doesn't bother at all to disrupt their sleep. I've noticed that I have to stop drinking it at about 6 o'clock at night. Otherwise, I try to have 5 or 6 glasses before that, even, just because I know that it's good for me. And, I'm very healthy, so I don't necessarily notice any of those things, but I know that I have an absorption problem. And so I know that it's going to help my body to be able to absorb that hydration along with whatever nutrients I'm taking throughout the day too. So that's amazing, Bonnie. I'm so excited for you.
Yes, I'm really excited. So I'll do that again. I was just wondering if there is a point that there is too much water in this machine to adjust.
No, I would say normally, I think I'd have to look it up again, but usually it's like if people are drinking, and this isn't talking about like our water machine, because technically our water machine is just water. Like that's why we can, it's just water. So I think, I know that there is an upper limit. I don't remember how many gallons a day it is, though. I don't know if Vicky, if it's coming to your mind or not, how many gallons a day that you actually would have to be drinking for it to not be good for you. But most people could never drink that much water. They could never get there, so yeah.
I was thinking 64, nothing more than 64 ounces. Does that
Oh,
sound?
no. You can do, I'm probably doing just even before the water machine, I was drinking about 100 ounces of
Oh,
water a day.
well,
And
that's good to
so,
know.
yeah. And that's like, I weigh at 130. And so
Okay.
that's even more than half my body's weight in ounces.
Okay.
So yeah, so you can definitely go very, close to your body weight, and it's not going to be, that's not going to be too much water at all. So you don't, so you really need to be definitely drinking more than 64 ounces.
Okay.
You want to try to get in at least half your body weight
Okay.
in ounces of water. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Great.
during the day. Yeah. If you sweat, if you exercise, if you're out in the sun, any of those things, you actually need more than half your body's body weight with electrolytes, especially if you're sweating. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Pastor Ed
Pastor Ed's saying
said
he drinks
120.
120 ounces when he works out. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. And he probably
Terrific.
doesn't weigh much more than that.
Thank you, Pastor Ed.
So funny.
Am I going to be nice and slim like you?
Why not? Speak it into existence, Sister
Right.
Bob.
You got it.
Yeah, that's right. You know what's interesting? I do know people who literally changed nothing else about their diet or anything, even though they needed to change all of those things. But they upped their water quantity to, like I said, closer to their body weight. And they looked so much slimmer. And I remember going up to some of my friends and being like, "Oh my gosh, you look so good. What are you doing?" And they're like, "Really, I haven't done anything, and I really haven't lost very much weight." But everything was slimmer. Again, that goes back to the inflammation. So when we are overweight, it actually creates inflammation in the body. And so even if you don't think there's inflammation there, if you are overweight, there is inflammation there. And so that water allows the lymphatic system to pump, which allows that inflammation to move no matter what your weight is, and can actually cause you to look slimmer because the inflammation isn't everywhere. So yeah.
Very
So
good.
water's huge. Water's huge.
Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you, Vicki. Thank you, Ed.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, we are at 7:30, but if anybody else was just chomping to get on and share a story, we could take one more story. Totally no problem. We are so glad that you guys were here tonight. Hopefully you gleaned some little nuggets and some inspiration for just continuing to use our technology and share it with others. But with that, we pray blessing over each and every one of you. Get back to the person you invited to the call. Check us out on Monday nights, Wednesday nights, and we'll be back here next Thursday as well. So be blessed, everyone. Good night.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Nikki.
Good
Thanks
night.
for
Night.
sharing, y'all. Good night.
Thank you.